Gabry Ponte, hello. How many people have been singing this song to you since you released it into the world?
Actually, some people started even before the song was released. That I think about my daughter. She was the first one to hear the song, before it was released, and it was like amazing. I was in the car. I remember the first time she heard it, and it was like, "Daddy, I wanna listen to it again." She's 4 years old, and and she
Amazing.
kept singing it for like 6 months in a row. So I thought, yeah, this is a good sign.
So your daughter is the test of the song. It passed with flying colours, and then you knew, yep, this is what I want to be on a big stage. And here we are going to the Eurovision Song Contest.
Definitely.
Gabry Ponte, we are going to find out all about the song, what you've been up to. You are representing San Marino. This is the official Eurovision Song Contest podcast. Gabry, congratulations. How are you feeling? You won the San Marino national final and you get to go to Eurovision.
I'm so excited. This was really unexpected. This song was very weird because it wasn't. I wrote this song together with a couple of friends in the studio that you're seeing behind me. Thinking about my concert at San Siro Stadium in June, we were figuring this image of all the Italy, all the people inside the stadium jumping, and it was so far, it was not in my thoughts to go to Sanremo with this song, and then of course not to Eurovision. So it's so unexpected, but it feels so good because it feels like the people were screaming for that since when the song was released, and at the beginning I thought, wow, this is weird. And then when San Marino invited me to participate to their contest to possibly go to Eurovision, I thought, okay, this is starting to make sense, and I follow the flow.
So there's 3 Sans that we need to talk about. I want to do each one because there's the San Siro, San Remo, San Marino, right? So first of all, the San Siro, this is your big gig this year, right? This is going to be a massive stadium gig.
Yeah, it's something totally weird in Italy because even though there are some countries where the DJ are already doing big concerts in stadiums and arenas, this is not for Italy. This is the first time. No DJs have has ever played in a stadium before. And so the whole thing started like last year when I celebrated my 25 years of career since Blue was released with Eiffel 65, and we did this little tour in the arenas, and it was a great success, sold out everywhere, and this was like a big sign for me, and I was so grateful towards my fans, and I thought, yeah, we have to try something bigger, and we announced the show in San Siro. Now it's almost sold out, so I'm so incredibly happy.
Is this going to be one of the biggest gigs you have ever done? And you've done a lot of big gigs already.
Yeah, as a headliner, of course, definitely, because this is my show. I mean, you have to. It's not a festival where you go and play together with other DJs. Here, you have to sell the tickets on your own. It's a stadium. We're talking about 55,000 people. So, I mean, for me, it's something so unbelievable.
So Eurovision is going to be the warm-up gig.
If you put it this way, no, Eurovision has always been, honestly something that I would never thought I would do, because the rules in Italy are a bit tricky for a DJ, because you have to be a singer to go to Sanremo. So I thought I would never go there. But I love the Eurovision Song Contest. I've been following it since 2010, since when I got to know the festival thanks to the song of Loreen,
Yeah.
Euphoria,
Oh,
because I
that was
heard
your
the
first
song.
memory.
I mean, I knew about Eurovision, but I wasn't following it. I heard the song. I remember that year. I thought, wow, this song is fantastic, and the song led me to the contest, and I started following the Eurovision since then. So I'm a big fan of the show. Having the opportunity to perform on that stage this year is fantastic for me.
Because so many people talk about Loreen Euphoria being the moment, and I love that it was the gateway for you to know about Eurovision. That's really a sign of how far and wide what she did
Yes,
brought it to other people like
yes,
yourself.
yes, definitely.
And you have got a little connection to Eurovision from a couple of years ago, haven't you? Because, well, tell everybody, you know somebody very, very well who was involved.
I co-produced the song of Lumix, and it was representing Austria at the Eurovision. I think it was 2 or 3 years ago. Yes,
Yeah, it was in Turin, which is your
in
home
Turin,
city.
exactly 2 years ago.
I remember talking to Lumix on the podcast, and we talked about you. We talked about how you are his mentor. It's like your dad, your brother, your uncle, your cousin, everybody all
Yeah,
in one.
I met him that he was not even 18. He was like, but it was. I mean, I started working with him after the song we released together, Monster, and I thought, wow, this guy is absolutely talented, and so we started working together, and he had this huge hype. After then, we did another big one together, Thunder, and this was a European hit. And after that, he went to represent Austria at the Eurovision, and I co-wrote the song and I co-produced it with him.
I was going to say all the paths, all the steps lead to Eurovision. It seems like at one time you were always destined to do it at
I do
some
believe
point.
in destiny,
It's
especially after what happened this year with this song, which was, something totally weird. I would also never expected to go to Eurovision with the song sang in Italian, because most of my productions are by now, in English. I think more internationally. So back in the days, with my band Eiffel 65. We had this huge moment called Italo dance, and we started singing in Italian, making dance music in Italian, and this was a big movement back then. We left it behind, and I started my solo project, and I focused on my international career in the last. I would never imagine.
this happening. Tell us about so the second San is San Remo. So this song was it the theme tune of the San Remo festival? Can you explain
Yeah,
that?
it was a break between the advertisement and the show, so it was played a lot during the festival. And was like it became very catchy thanks to that. Everyone got to know the song thanks to the Sanremo festival, because actually the host of the show fell in love with the song, and it was like we were even talking about bringing it into the competition. But then again, I'm a DJ, I'm not singing, so we even tried to figure if there was some a big singer who could sing it the way it was supposed to be sung, and then we did not actually made it. So he came up with this idea. One day he called me and said, "Gabry, I have an idea for this song. We can make it, this jingle." And I thought, whoa, let's do that. I mean, he invited me to perform on stage, and I thought, yeah, Sanremo. Sanremo is always, one of the biggest shows, and it has a huge visibility not only in Italy, and is the perfect place, for a song to take off. And so I said, yeah, of course. And then I realized, while the festival was going on, that this thing was going to be huge, because everybody was instantly in love with the song, and I got a lot of love from my fans, and not only. And then step after step after Sanremo, the invitation of San Marino. So totally weird.
So when did San Marino come calling for the song?
A few days after the festival, I remember I was coming back from Sanremo, was in my car, and I was reading all the comments on socials like, "Oh, this song needs to go to Eurovision. Please do something. San Marino, please invite this song." And I was like, seriously? And after a couple of days, I don't know if they maybe, by public demand, they thought of inviting me, and but they did. And when they called me, I was like, okay, this is really starting to make sense. And I mean, it took me 5 seconds to decide. I knew it was the right thing to do.
And then you took part in the San Marino Song Contest. It's a long show, like Sanremo. It's about 3.5 hours. But
Yes.
you put on a production, you had the dancers, you had these amazing singers with like a fringe that came down over their eyes.
Yes, actually the performance was sort of the same that we had in Sanremo, just a bit smaller because Sanremo was not as I told you, not part of the competition, but it was I was there as a guest. And so we had like 30 people on stage, like dancers, performers, and singers, and it was like, okay, let's make it big. And San Marino, we had this limitation of 6 people on stage, and I had 2 singers with me. The guy with the mask, because they don't actually like to appear in public, and I totally respect that. But I told them, look, guys, I mean, the song has to be performed live, and they're, I mean, very good singers. Like when they sing in the studio, they're like machines. And I said, you don't wanna, if you don't wanna go, we don't do that. Easy. I'm not gonna do that without you. And they say, no. Let's do like this. And we I mean, picture this performance with the masked singers, and so we kind of took the performance of Sanremo and make a small version of it.
So they're your mystery men.
Yes, they are. And of course, they are on stage, but this way is like, they are not. So it's make them comfortable.
And they're going to come to Basel with you.
Of course. They are the actual voices of the song.
San Marino is the 5th smallest country in the world, but I've been, and it's spectacular, isn't it? For such a small country, the views are incredible. Did you get a chance to have a little look?
San Marino itself is beautiful, and it also has a fascinating history. I don't know if you know about that.
I know bits, but when you look at a map, it's so strange that there's this tiny dot in the middle of Italy.
The middle of Italy.
Yeah.
This is what makes the whole operation, make sense, because in the end, we are representing San Marino, which is inside Italy, and we're bringing a song that talks about Italy. So it connects all the dots.
And do you feel a lot of love from the San Marino people?
Totally. I mean, the welcome I got was beyond my expectations. They were so happy to for this song to represent San Marino, and they worked very hard for it. I had a very good feeling with all the people that worked behind this.
Gabry, we're going to take a very quick break. Stay right there, and we're going to find out more about Tutta L'Italia, San Marino, and you. You are listening to the official Eurovision Song Contest podcast. Gabry, welcome back. I wanted to ask you more about the making of the song, because I love the fact that it was your daughter who got the first listen. She got the premiere, right?
Yeah, it was like when I'm done producing a song, I always try to listen to it in different environments, like different audio systems, to test how it sounds, outside the studio. And I was in my car this morning. I was bringing my daughter to the park, and we were in the car. I played the song. She was sitting in the back, and I played the song to listen to it in the car, and she got silent instantly when the song was over. She looked at me and said, "Daddy, play it again." And then I played it again, and it was like like half an hour like this, and then on the way back she wanted to listen to the song again, and for 6 months after there was nothing else on the on the telephone, on the playlist, there was only this song. So she totally fell in love with it, and I thought, yeah, this is a good sign. When when children like something so much, it's a good sign.
So she was like, "Daddy, again, again, again,
again.
again."
Like children's are like this. When they like something, they drive you crazy about that.
Well, no, I can imagine you're in your bedroom, and you can just hear in her bedroom her going "Tutta l'Italia, tutta l'Italia," waking you up. You're like, "No, I need more sleep. No,
Something
not
like
yet."
that. Something like that. And then when when I was maybe away for a few days with she stays with the nanny. And she usually, she likes music a lot, and so when she's with the nanny, she's asking her to play some songs on the radio on Spotify. And one day I came back, and the nanny told me, "Look, Alicia asked me to play a song, but I couldn't find it. I was looking on Spotify, and she was singing it. I was trying to understand the lyrics, and I tried to find it, but I couldn't." And I say, "Yeah, there's a reason why it's not out yet."
And it was "Tutta l'Italia."
Yeah, of course.
Amazing. I love it. I have to ask you, how does it feel having not just one of the most famous dance songs of all time, but having one of the most recognizable songs ever in Blue?
It's amazing because, again, this is something that you realize step by step. Back then, it was so different. I mean, try to picture no internet, so that it was still, everything was still very slow. Nowadays, when you release a song and it's a hit, you feel it suddenly. It bam 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 bam, playlist charts, and you get a immediate feedback. Back then, it was like, okay, we released the song. 4 months passed and nothing happened, and then a few vinyls are start selling, and then some charts in Italy, and then France, Germany, and then bam bam bam. But it took like almost 2 years, to understand that this was a global hit. After that, you realize that after 5 years, somebody starts, doing a remake, and then Marvel comes and asks you for the song for Iron Man, and I'm starting to realize now that this song has really passed through the generations, and it's now a sort of an evergreen. And it feels so weird, seeing at my concerts kids singing it like it was released 2 months ago, and people my age singing it since it was released like 27 years ago. So it's amazing because it makes you feel that the power of the music is it's like a glue between generations. Dance music is a very to be effective has to be simple. Dance music is for everybody, just to chill, relax, and dance. And it's not when you want to listen to something more complicated, you don't listen to dance music.
Where is the weirdest place you've heard it? Where's the strangest place?
Well, I was surprised to hear it the first time in China, where they have their own version, because they have their own version with the intro sang by Jeffrey, which is the original singer, in Mandarin. If you go search for it on YouTube, you see you type a Blue Mandarin version. It's totally crazy.
Do you know that San Marino once had Flow Rider representing them at Eurovision?
Oh, no, really?
Yeah. So in 2020,
I did not know.
2021, a singer called Senit, who has represented San Marino twice. She had a song called Adrenalina featuring Flowrider.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, and everyone wondered whether Flowrider would come to Eurovision, and he did. So you are following in very great footsteps for San Marino.
By the way, Florida also did a remake of Blue.
Did he?
Yes.
No way, I didn't know that.
We are connecting a lot of dots today.
Yes, this is what I love. This is Eurovision. You talked about glue. It's the Eurovision glue, mixing everything together. When you step on that stage at Eurovision, do you think it's going to be different to the festivals that you do, or are you going to treat it like one of your shows?
I tell you something. Sometimes they ask me, about San Siro, big stadium, or for me, it doesn't make any difference. How big is the stage, how big is the audience, how big is the production. I feel the same when I play Tomorrowland and when I play inside a small club for 200 people. I still feel this anxiety before starting. I still feel, I'm still wondering if I'm gonna be able to establish that special connection with the people, which is everything about DJing. I also think the day I'm not gonna feel this way. Probably this would be the last time I would be stepping on stage. So I think it's gonna be like every other show. Like I will be like very excited on one side and we're very anxious on the other.
Have you ever collaborated or remixed a Måneskin song?
No, I did a bootleg of Bagging
Yes.
for my sets because I love the song, and so I made a remix and I played it for like a couple of years on my sets, but never done any official remixes.
You and Måneskin, you're two of Italy's ambassadors around the world when it comes to music. Your music is streamed an insane amount of times, and it must be nice, you as an Italian artist, seeing what they do as well going around the world.
But we know each other. I'm a big fan of their work, and maybe one day, who knows?
Maybe after this Eurovision.
Yeah.
Let's see what
Also,
happens.
I love the rock sound is very, it's very, I love it. Even if it's different from what I do, it's something.
Did you see them win Eurovision?
I did. I also posted a story on my Instagram saying, guys, vote for Måneskin in Sanremo and Eurovision.
They need to pay the favour back now when you
I hope
represent
they
San
will.
Marino. So what's going to happen between now and Eurovision? What have you got planned?
We have a lot of rehearsals. We have a lot of show to put together. Very exciting. And on the other side, something totally new for me. So I have to really figure it out. And then I still have a lot of shows planned in the next weeks, like clubs and festivals. So, but it's mostly during the weekend. So it's gonna be, as usual, crazy here in the studio during the week, and then DJing.
Something tells me you like being busy, though.
I love it. Yeah, I when I go on holiday, after day 2, I start, taking my laptop and okay, I go maybe 1 hour.
Yeah, everyone around you's like, Gabry, no, relax. And you're like, no, I need to do something.
What I'm not able to make the other people understand is that I'm really relaxing more, making music than lying under the sun like this. So,
and I don't know if it's going to be possible, but maybe your daughter will come to Basel. She'll have those little headphones on, that protect her ears. But it sounds like she is your biggest fan, and she needs to be waving the San Marino flag for you.
I hope she can come. She would love it. Definitely. She has already done a few concerts and she loves it. So
I'd love this to happen. I don't know where it could happen at Eurovision, but I can just imagine you, because you're probably one of the biggest DJs to ever compete in Eurovision, I'd say. Wouldn't it be amazing if you hosted like a little private gig for all the other countries, all the other competitors?
Wow, I'm gonna think about it. This This is a great idea. Thank you, Steve.
Yeah, it's been great to talk to you, Gabry. It's going to be a really exciting ride for you. It's going to be something different, and I'm looking forward to seeing your Eurovision journey.
Thank you so much, and also thank you for coming to San Marino last weekend.
We only managed to speak for a couple of minutes, so it's been nice to actually...
I remember, it was crazy.
Yeah, it's been a bit calmer today. It's been nice to get to know you and to get to know about the song. So I guess I'm going to see you in Basel.
Of course. See you there.